Here we are, folks. Here we are. Here we are. I actually got a chance to do this all over again. Dare I say, I'm back one more again for another live stream for those folks that are here, for those folks that are around. If you can't sleep, if you have a problem trying to figure it all out, hear me out. Where we start now in this live stream. Oh, first, shout out to the replay gang for all those people that are watching the replay. I'm not going to keep you too long, but just long enough to make an impact. So, where we start off is we start off with a retelling of the old Aesop fable, the old man and death. So there was an old man once upon a time. What's up, creative redundancy? There was an old man who was carrying a barrel of sticks, a bundle of sticks, actually. This old, decrepit man, carrying a bunch of bundle of sticks, along his journey. And it was a hard, arduous road for the old man. And the old man got so tired of carrying his own load, carrying his own sticks, that he just called upon death to take him. Said, "Death come." So then death appeared. And as death appeared, what happened was the old man spoke to death. And the old man said to death, "I need help. I just need somebody to take the load, to carry the sticks. It's too heavy for me. Why should I have to carry this load? Why should I have to bear this burden? It's too much for me to bear. Please help me, O death. O death, please help me." So death picked up the sticks, but then all of a sudden, once death came, death threw down the sticks and actually took the man, or was really ready to take the man. The man wasn't ready to go, but he called upon death. He wanted to be freed of his burdens. He wanted help. Why he called upon death, I guess maybe that was the quickest route. It's beyond me. But sometimes the moral of that story is that we call upon things, not realizing that sometimes we get a little bit more than we expected. Hey, Life with Lewis. And that leads me to where I am as far as this whole coronavirus thing is. There's a lot of people that I urge and I tell them to be careful what you ask for when it comes to coronavirus and rushing to get back to work and opening up the economy and doing all these different things that people want to happen. It's cool to want to do things. Yeah, no, it's just it's not my story. Creative redundancy. It's actually an old story from the Fables of Aesop. Is a story that was redone a whole bunch of times. It's the old man and death, or the old man in the wood path. You'll find it. Just Tales of Aesop. But the point that I'm making is sometimes in life we ask for things, not understanding what we're asking for. Just like a lot of people, with this whole coronavirus thing, they want to get back to work. They want to get out there. They want to do things. They want things to go back to normal, quote unquote normal, whatever that means. You tell me what normal is going to be, because it gets to a point where we're going to be wearing masks and gloves for the foreseeable future, regardless of what part of the world you live in, regardless of what, town, state, city, providence. More than likely, we're going to be social distancing, wearing masks, using Lysol spray, washing our hands even more, being more, cautious of each other. What is normal? And then there's going to be more people that's dying. There's going to be more things that are happening. People are in a rush to get back to quote unquote normal, whatever that is. It's going to be a new normal. And what I say to people is be careful what you ask for, because sometimes when you ask for things, when you rush things, when you push things, it becomes more than you ask for, more than you bargain for. Because there's a lot of people that want to be freed from their homes. Now, you could be free from your homes in many ways. You could be free from your homes and everything goes back to normal. You could be free from your home to a casket. You never know, because things are moving so fast, so quick. You don't have all the answers. You don't have all the things that are going and transpiring. I know there's politicians, arguing with each other. There are doctors. There are different, theories and viewpoints, philosophies about what should happen and shouldn't happen. I think it is a thing where we should work together. It is a thing where we should actually, communicate with each other all across the world. But these are things that is nothing new. This is nothing that hasn't been said before. But the reason I say this now is because there's protests, in different pockets of the country, in Michigan, and, people who have things to say in Texas. There's different parts of the country that have a particular viewpoint on, how quick the economy should open up and whatnot. And I tell people, be careful with that, because you can open up the economy quick you can have things go back, quote unquote, to normal, but it can be a situation where it was prematurely. So you want to, slow the curve and stop the spread, or slow the spread and start, bend the curve and all that stuff, all the terminology that they're talking about on the news and in different press conferences and stuff like that, which is cool. And I urge people to be patient. It's not fun. The weather's changing. People want to get outside. It looks nice. You might want to throw your little freedom dress on, or you might want to get to the movies, or you might want to just live life regularly. And the thing is going to be a while before we get back to normal. But I don't want people to be in such a hurry and such a rush to get back to normal that they forget the fact that we don't even have a vaccine out available to the public. They have treatments, different Z packs or different cocktails or antibodies that they're putting together to actually help people. All this is relevant is because you don't want to rush into things. You don't want to do things. As the saying goes, fools rush in. Why rush into a situation where you may have to come back again? Because there's been reports coming out of China. China opened up everything and things was happening and whatnot. We still don't know what their numbers are, but then they have outbreaks and things coming up, and there was something with African people coming out to China and all that. So, that's kind of crazy. Metaphorically, it's like a boomerang. Watch out that it doesn't return to hit you. Yeah, I agree with you, creative redundancy. And it's like a boomerang. Sometimes you throw it out there, you think it won't come back. Then you wind up catching it, real soon. And it may be something where you could catch it, then it may be something where it hits you, and then it does more damage to you than when you threw it out there. And a lot of people don't think about that because we want our creature comforts, we want our, bare necessities, so to speak. We want our, things that we say we need that we can't live without. There's people that are worried about the economic toll that it's taken on the country or different countries, or, economic, community worldwide. And I get it. Money is important. We need it, but it's not everything. You know, it's easy to say sometimes when you come from a position where you may have a little bit more money than the next person, or you may still be working, and some people are unemployed and whatnot. And there's different reasons that people don't like to talk about it. They don't like to talk about the fact that you want to get back to work is because, sometimes you maybe can't stand now. You realize you can't stand your loved one, significant other. Maybe you don't want to see your kids, or you get tired of being around them, whatever the case may be. But that's your family. And I say to people, appreciate this time that you do have off, because there's a lot of people stuck in the rat race. There's a lot of people that don't have time to rest, time to recover, time to recuperate, time to just study, time to pray, time to rest, time to think, time to just take a step back. We work so hard to make the money. We work so hard to go out there and just try to survive. And sometimes people lose sight of that. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. And I tell people to be careful, because sometimes we put ourselves in more than we bargained for. We bite off more than we can chew. All those metaphors, all those similes, all those, analogies that you can think of. Sometimes we take on more than we can bear. So it is what it is. It's crazy. It definitely is crazy. But it doesn't have to be that way. I tell people just to try to manage your emotions. A lot of times, sometimes we get caught up emotionally because of the fact that, we just want what we want, and we're not willing to understand or weigh the cost. Sometimes people just say, all right, whatever the cost is, it is what it is. We might have lost things, but reminds us of what we still have or what we can do. And I try, and that's a great point, creative redundancy. Sometimes we forget what we still have and what we still can do. Sometimes people, don't appreciate the fact that, now you have more time with your family. Now you have more time to do those things that you can do. Hopefully when the economy does open up and things do get back to normal, quote unquote normal, whatever the new normal is, that we begin to appreciate life more. You begin to appreciate being able to go to the movies, being able to go to the park, or, just go to a concert, or, just you sit down at a restaurant, just to do the regular things that people do. The creature comforts, or the things that we, quote unquote call leisure, or the things, we use to spend our disposable income on, whatever that is. We begin to, appreciate that. I agree. I hope so too. Yeah, you know how it goes, creative redundancy. I mean, and we're all struggling all over, so it's affecting everybody. There's different stigmas and things that's going to be there. There's going to be certain paranoias that exist. And I'm not saying people can't be paranoid and fearful. Hopefully it doesn't grip you and gain you. The thing is with what's happening and whatnot, I want folks to be careful not to rush to judgment, not to rush out there to get back into society to do things just for the sake of doing it. You know, I like playing ball, shoot some hoops, for example. Yeah, exactly. I like to shoot some hoops too. Who knows? I may go out there and shoot the basketball when things get back to normal. But the thing is to try to remain calm, to try to remain patient, try not to let your emotions get high, not to get the stress, the cabin fever get you all crazy. Sometimes people let it happen to them like that. And the thing is, like I was telling somebody, the biggest thing, the world's gonna go crazy. It's gonna do what it's gonna do. The biggest thing I can tell people is how you respond to it. That's the main thing. You can go crazy with the world, or you can manage your emotions. You can get yourself together. You can try to put certain things in check. It doesn't have to be like that. Yas Poet, what's up? You have a good night as well. Appreciate you for coming through. We doing all right up here in New York. You know, there's still people dying. There's still, you know, social distancing and stay at home and all that stuff going on. You know, all those things are happening, but people are surviving. People are living. It's not as bad as many people may make it out to be. I understand there's the protests. I understand there's people that want to get back to work, but let the process play out. Let things happen. Of course, I agree with the other side of it too. You can't just keep helping these people home while the economy tanks. But you want to be smart. You want to be safe. You want to socially distance. You want to make sure you can open up the economy slow. Make sure people follow the rules. Make sure people do what they have to do. Yeah, I'm talking about Michigan. Michigan is one of those places where they're doing the protesting, where things are happening. And there's a real life course. There's a real life effect to rushing out there, to doing things hastily, you know, to being, you know, the one that just jumps in head first. You know, there's, you know, real life consequences to this. There's people that are actually dying. There's, you know, close to 50,000 people dead, you know, here in America, maybe more. I don't know. So that's something to think about. And then there's many more that are infected. And then, like they said, there may be a second wave of this that comes in the fall. So people need to think about it. You know, yeah, we want to get back to our daily lives. Yeah, we want to experience some sense of normal. We don't like dealing with certain stuff. We don't like the recommendations that are being made. Maybe some people are not feeling the press conferences every day. People are angsty. You know, people are angsty, anxious. You know, they want to get out there. But like I said, there's a real life course to going out there and not assessing the thing properly and just doing what you got to do. A lot of things could have been done differently. We could point fingers. This one should have did this. That one should have did that. All kind of other things. You know, maybe the stimulus check wasn't enough, or maybe I should have got a check but didn't get a check because of child support. Who knows what it is? But the thing about it is that you wanna be careful. What's going on, Bam Runners? I appreciate you, fam. Appreciate you for coming through. Shout out to you out there. Hopefully you being safe. And that's the biggest thing. That's why I'm doing this live stream. That's why I'm on here right now at 12 midnight, 12:04 midnight on Eastern Coast Standard Time, just to let people know, you know, a lot of times our emotions get the best of us, our fears, our paranoia get the best of us, and we want to rush to judgment and do things hastily to the point where we don't weigh the cost. There's a lot of things that we could go out there and do, but I want to stay healthy just as much as I want you folks out there to stay healthy. I don't want your family members to get sick. I don't want your friends, significant others, side chicks, whoever you deal with to get sick, you know, and it'd be a situation now where people are just, you know, calling you for the last call to say they love you or they miss you and they won't see you again. You know, you want it to be a situation where people move smart, move wisely. I mean, it's okay to be upset. It's okay to be mad. It's okay to feel some type of way if you're home a little bit too long. It's okay to find out that, you know, maybe you need more of a divorce, you know, than anything else, you know, in your life right now. I mean, but it's also people out there that's getting closer together. Maybe you're going to have a corona baby. I might do a live stream about that. I'm thinking about that. You know, am I truly awesome? I don't know, but thank you, Creative Redundancy. I appreciate you as well. Hopefully your family's safe out there. Everybody that's watching, anybody watching in the replay, shout out to the replay gang. Hopefully you good out there too. You know, because like I said, this is simple stuff. This is not hard. This is not magic. This is not rocket scientists that I'm talking about. I work at Walmart. Pray for me. The stimulus checks came and the people who ran at Walmart like a stampede. I pray for you out there, Shonda. You know, hopefully everything is good because you folks out there, people coughing and doing their thing. Hopefully they're wearing masks, or if they allowed that to happen in your state, you know, like I said, just be safe out there. Just be, you know, be smart about it. You know, people want things to happen, but there's like meat packing plants and all kind of crazy stuff that, you know, people are getting sick and having to go to work and deal with that whole stuff. You know, it's a real situation out there right now. So when I tell people, yeah, you can open up the country, but where's the vaccine at? You know, Where's the treatments at? Where's the cure? People want to open up and get back to business and act like we still, don't have a global pandemic going on. And you can do that. You can do that. All hands on deck. But at the same time, like I said, I don't want to act hastily because people are going to get sick. People are going to get hurt. People are going to die. Things are going to happen if you just do it any old kind of way and not be mindful of it. So that's just where I'm at with it. That's where I stand. Hopefully I make some sense to you. Hopefully I'm not sounding too preachy. Hopefully I'm not beating anybody over the head, browbeating anybody. This is more just a concerned person coming from a position of, hey, you got a little platform. Maybe I can speak to a couple of people out there, how that goes. And, I just encourage people to be safe, to be healthy, because if we be safe, if we be healthy, if we make smart decisions, if we listen and pay attention and not act hastily, that's what it is. What's going on, Melanie? I appreciate you for coming through. You missed the beginning? Well, for those people that missed the beginning is the best part of this live stream because I told the story about the old man and death. I think you would like to hear what I had to say in the beginning about the story that I opened up with. So I'll give, people a chance to see that. I think this was a productive live stream. But just to recap for anybody that came in here, I'm just telling people to be fearful. To be fearful, to be careful and not be fearful, of the whole coronavirus thing. I know it's annoying. I know it's stressful being in the house. I know it's, people that want to get back to the ways of doing what they do, but we have to be, I know you laugh, that's funny. That was a gaffe. That was, they call it, political circles, a gaffe. I know there's people that want to get outside. It's a beautiful day. I was looking outside. I was seeing the wind. I was seeing the trees and the sunshine and saying, wow, why do we have to be in here? But it is more so about being safe. And then even when they open up, to follow the rules, make sure you socially distance, make sure you wear a mask, make sure you put on gloves, make sure you wash your hands, make sure you do all those things that people should already be doing, and be, cognizant of the fact that your fellow neighbors, other people out there that this is affected too. And one thing before I go, don't forget the elderly out there. There's a lot of folks out there that are vulnerable with underlying medical conditions. Understand reckless behavior can be the death of somebody else. Don't let it be the death of somebody else to the point where just because, I'm young or I'm asymptomatic or I'm somebody that's just okay or seem like I'm okay, it doesn't matter how it affects other people. There are people dying just because there's folks spreading it around. They don't care. Why come at it from that standpoint? It shouldn't go down that way. But that's where I come from with it. And I challenge anybody, just to, to care, excuse my language. I challenge you to give a damn. I challenge you to care about what's going on, to pay attention, to be informed, to be wise, to make decisions. That's what it is. What's going on, Mighty R? Appreciate you for coming in. I definitely appreciate you for coming through. And I appreciate everybody for being here. And in closing, like I said, I just want folks to be safe. Love your people. Do what you got to do. Socially distance. Be safe. Be cleansely. Be healthy. And I'll see you next time. Thanks for coming through. I gotta find another outro. I don't know. Right now, spread love. It's the Brooklyn way. Take care. And cut out the light. I don't know if that's dramatic. No, it's not dramatic enough.